Long story short of it, basically someone has driven into one of my vehicles and then just basically pissed off, just gone. Right, before we start today's pitch update video, quick question. Have you got your tickets for the latest Car UK raffle? I am raffling off this fantastic Ford Focus ST2. This stunning example, completely unmolested, can be yours for just £1. It's in superb condition, will come with a full MOT, fully serviced, and is running like an absolute dream. It's an absolute stunning example, which I've had minted up for you. Now, to get involved, you need to get your tickets, and you can find your tickets below in the comment section or the link description. So go down below where you'll find the link to RAFFLE, who host our draws for us. There you'll be able to purchase your tickets from just £1, and you only need one ticket to win. But if you want to buy multiple tickets, there is bundle offers available, giving you more chance to win. So you buy £5 worth or £10 worth or £15 worth, etc. You'll get additional free tickets. And remember, the more tickets you have, the more odds you have of winning that fantastic first prize. And also remember as well, if you don't want the Focus for whatever reason, there is an alternative cash prize available of £3,000. And finally, don't forget that every time we do these raffles, we help out good causes on the back of it. So why not get involved? It's just £1 to do so. Details are below where you can get your tickets. Draw takes place on Monday, the 6th of October, around 9:30 PM. So make sure you get your tickets today. Morning all, welcome back to the Car UK channel. You join me here at the Car Pitch, where we deal in cheap cars under £5,000, the cheap end of the UK used car market. Right, another pitch update. It is Saturday morning, it is bright and early, and I'm in. I'm not on my in actually, I've got a few other members of staff in today because we are going hell for leather to try and get out a ruck of cars. Not only our sold cars we've got going out as well over the next few days, but also trying to catch up on pretty prep. We've had a few warranty claims which has held us back, so we've got to get them prep stuff done today. But more importantly than that, we've got a ruck of, as you can see here, Land Rovers and vans and all sorts that are going abroad, and we say we need to get them shipped off. They're going on Monday morning. We've got rid of 5, we've got about another 8 or 9 to go, but once they've gone, we have a little bit of breather for a week or two and we can crack on with our own stuff and, you know, free up the workshops, etc. That's the plan for today. Plus, I need to talk to you about the pitch, what we've been doing. We've been buying lots of things, and of course the title of this video, which is that some bastard has driven into my car. Not my own personal car, but it is a car that I own. Smashed it to smithereens. It's not in great shape, and I'm fuming about it, as you can imagine, particularly as the bloke pissed off as well, and I've had to try and locate them down. But I'll talk to you about that later on. Let me do the pitch update first, because if I talk about that now, I'll get very cross. So let's go around the pitch first and have a look around what I've been buying and what we've been selling, because we actually have sold a few bits this week. So let's go for a tour. Right, very gloomy day today, but at least it's not raining, so we'll take that. Now, where do we start? We've had a pretty decent week. I wouldn't say we're on fire, but it's all right. It's not all right for September, actually, because September's supposed to be very busy. But compared to where some of my most trade colleagues are at the moment, I've spoken to, which is all doom and gloom, I am not going to complain, because we're doing probably slightly better than they are, and I'll take that. Now, we have sold the VW Up this week. We've sold that. That was beginning of the week. That went straight out the door. It was on sale for about 10 days, and I remember when I got this, I said to you that it might struggle a little bit because it's not going to be a car for the youth, because it's a base model VW Up. They're called take-ups. They say, and most of them weren't take-ups, the base models. Most people bought the sort of mid-range model, which has got electric windows, Bluetooth and stuff like that. This hasn't got any of that. Not a sausage. However, I did say that someone who doesn't care about those things, who just wants a car that's low mileage and drives reasonably well, and just wants less to go wrong, will buy it. And it was priced really sensibly. And as we suspected, I had people coming in, looking at it, thinking, oh wow, because it was only up for like 3,600 quid. Usually we'd have these on for like £4,500 with a 70k on. That's what they usually go for. So they thought, wow, it's incredibly cheap. But when they realised it's got hardly anything on it, they walked away, particularly younger punters. However, we had an old chap come in who just went, that'll do for me. It's got power steering, it drives, I don't care. It's £20 to run, beautiful. It's 60 miles to the gallon, what can go wrong? Very little actually on these, they're very, very good cars. So he's put a deposit down on that, got it on the ramp, didn't really give him any issues, to be honest with you. Service kit, set new plugs in it, a couple of tyres, and basically ladder guarded it. That's it, that's all I've done to it. I haven't really done much else. I think we might have done some brakes. Yeah, I think we might put some brakes on it, obviously strictly cleared the rears. Just general service items. It's been well looked after that. So he's coming like early next week, and that's going out the door. That has not given us any issues really whatsoever. If only most of my cars were like that, this job would be an absolute piece of piss. It really would. But sadly, never usually like that. Usually gives you cars I buy usually give you an absolute headache with lists of things that they need doing. They all get sorted in the end, like, but just time consuming. What else have we sold? Oh, Mocha. We sold the Mocha. Been with me for quite a while. This, it's been on sale for about, must be a couple of months at least, maybe more, which is odd because, again, very similar thing we had with the Suzuki Celerios last year. I had a ruck of these. I think I sold 3 of these on the bounce. Got one, couldn't get one for a couple of months, bought another one eventually, sold it instantly. Like, same thing happened again. Got another one, sold it instantly. And then I got this one, and it was probably the cheapest one I'd ever bought as well. And the first week we had it on sale, we had loads of people on it. It was on the doorway here, and I was speaking to a colleague of mine who's going to be here in a sec, and was saying that'd be gone in 24 hours. The amount of people looking at it, stopping, that'd be gone in 24 hours. The only thing that was letting it down at that time was the wheels. The wheels, when it arrived, were all a bit edgy. But we had them done. So we took it off sale after a few days, did the wheels, minted it all up, and mopped it and everything, did it all through prep, did all the suspension on it because the suspension was a bit worn out, so put all new shockers, everything on it. Think, right, it's now ready, looks the part, it's test drivable, it's ready to roll. Put it back out on sale, not a sausage on it, not a sausage. Didn't have a door open on it for ages. And then we'd have people coming in inquiring, but no one really serious. But then, over the last few weeks, we moved it around, cleaned it up again. I've dropped the price ever so slightly, put it back out on sale. It was like a fresh car again. Loads of people inquiring about it. Chap came down, actually didn't come to look at this, he actually came to look at a Duke, but then bought this instead. Which, in hindsight, he's doing the right thing, because for what he needs it for, that Duke's too small. So that's good news. He's bought that. And say that doesn't really need much doing to it now, because we've done most of it originally when it first come in. So that's going out not next week but the week after, because he's away now, but at least it's a sale, I'll take it. Sold the Duke as well. This never actually made it on sale. Remember this, we bought this from Central Car Auctions. Remember we bought this in an auction video a few weeks ago with a ruck of other stuff. This is the one that added a little bit of scuff down here and a few dent man job needed. Got all that out, come up really nice, job done. That is now sorted. We had to put Apple CarPlay in it because the stereo systems on Nissans just never seem to work anymore. After about 10 years, they just all seem to pack up. So we had to change that. And it needed a few suspension arms and stuff like that, and it needs tyres and stuff. I need to refurb the wheels. So a little bit to do on that one, but it's got plenty of money in it, and it drives excellent. It's a nice car. 2 ladies having that, so that's good. We're pleased with that one. We've already sold the iX35. I think we've already pre-mentioned that, so I shan't go on about that too much. That is been delayed slightly because I'm waiting on a bloody tailgate handle, which has just seemed to have got lost in the post, which is causing a headache for us. And I've got a linkage I need to fix under the bonnet, which I can do in an hour. That's not a problem, but I can't do that without the rest of the tailgate handle because it's only got one working registration plate light, which is annoying. But that hopefully I'm going to go onto eBay in a minute and find out where the bloody hell that parcel's gone, and if not, order another one and get it out to the chap next. I think he's picking it up next Saturday, so I'm going to get it done for then, because if we get a crossover, don't get it ready for him by then. We've also sold the Astra. Had this on sale the other week, mentioned this. 5-speed 1.3 diesel Astra. Not a great fan of the 1.3 diesel Astra generally, because they're usually 6 speeds. Well, I'm not a fan of any of the 6-speed Vauxhalls, whether it's petrol or diesel, because the gearboxes are rubbish. This is a 5-speed, it's low mileage, it drove really well, had a brand new clutch. It was going to be cheap money, and it was sell on for cheap money. It had to be bought. So we've had that done. That's all sorted now, all prepped up, literally ready to go. Literally ready to go in the next, well, I think 24 hours we think we can get that out. So I said, they're taking it as is, done a service on it. It doesn't really need much, to be honest with you. I even went home with it a couple of times because it's full of diesel. So yeah, that is going out next week. So again, £2,500 sort of territory. I think it was just a shade over. They'll get years out of that. Years out of that with 70k on it with a new clutch in it, which is good. So that is going out next week. That sort of stuff at the moment, that cheapy stuff, £2,500 to £3,500 is just what's flying out predominantly at the moment. We've just got this Kia Picanto that's landed. We are sorting that out. That's going to be on sale in the next few days. About 90,000 miles that one's done. 66 plate, 20 quid road tax. Just done a few bits to it, clean wheels up, just in the stage of polishing it, and then a few other little trinkets and stuff. But that'll be on sale soon. We're going to be about 36, 37.50 on a 66 plate. Then I've got my little 108. Again, I've just done a video on this, well, both of these actually, so I shan't carry on too much with these. But that's just landed. Going to be the cheapest 108 Mark II C1 iGo, same thing, we've ever sold by a long way. Slightly over average miles, hence the reason. But what a car that is. It's what a car you know is going to be reliable for the next few years, and it's cheap to run. 60 to the gallon, 20 quid tax. That's your car. That's your car. The only thing that lets it down is red. But in fairness, he needs no paint, and it's absolutely mint. And red cars are lovely when they're in good condition, but when they get started to get peely and all that, they're just a pig to try and sort out. But I'm not going to too negative on that, because I know we will sell it, because it's just going to be so cheap that someone's going to go, that's a nice little looking car, I'm going to get 60, 70 more thousand miles out of it, run it through the ground, and get years and years of life out of it for very little money. So we'll come back to that next week when I've got it all finished. My black 108, my 17 plate, had a few inquiries on it. This is the one that unfortunately falls under the new latest, or later, road tax bans of 17 onwards, April onwards, where there's no cheap tax anymore. So had this been early 2017 registration, well, 10 days I think the difference was on this, earlier, it would have been 20 quid, but it's not. It falls into the new bans, which are like 165, I mean, which isn't massively dear compared to what we've been used to over the years, but it's not 20 quid, is it? But it is low mileage, and it is one owner, and it's very, very clean. And it's only up for 46.50. We've sold 15 plates with very similar mileage, but not much less money, and they've flown out the door. I don't say this is going to fly out the door, because it's going to be, tax is going to be a little bit of a sticking point for some people. Now, I'm sure we'll sell that, because say on a 17 plate, it looks real value, and we are getting sniffs on it. But I say, not just that, but in everything over 4 grand at the moment, we're getting inquiries, but they're just not as fluid to sell at the moment. There seems to be a bit of nervousness that people really don't want to go above 3.5 grand for a car. 2.5 to 3.5 seems to be where it's at. Like even the Celerio, we've had inquiries on that. Very bright car. People coming in, mainly older people. But again, that's at 3,995, is it? I think I've got that up for. Let's have a check. Should know my own prices, shouldn't I? Yeah, 3,995. Again, only like 50,000 on it, low mileage, 20 quid tax. But it's just that, I don't know, it's sitting at that 4 grand where it's just a bit of a, they have to have more of a think about it, where if you just want a car, going, right, I need a car, you come in and go, what's that? And you say, let's assume it's a year older and you've got 90,000 miles on and it's 3 grand. They go, yeah, that's fine, that'll do. Because they know that it's probably going to be decent, half decent, and it's very cheap to run, and it's 3 grand, and I'm going to get, well, I must get 4 years out of it, surely. It's a bit more of an impulsive decision at 2 or 3 grand, where it isn't so much when you get above 4, you have to have a bit of a think about it. And say, there's a lot of nervousness in the economy at the moment, I think, in general. People are hold on to them pennies when they can. Now, opposite end of the spectrum for us, bear in mind we go from 2 to 5 grand, and we get the odd bit on the 2 grand, but it's very rare. This is one of the rare ones. This 207. Now, I'm not a great lover of the 207. I never was. I'm not saying it was a terrible car, but they do have a few issues, and you've got to make sure you buy one that's reasonably been looked after. And this is one of them. And it's to facilitate a market under 2 grand, which is what I buy these for now. This is 11 plates, so this is quite late on, because I think they finished these on, most of them are on 12, but I think they did go to 13 plate, but not many, because I think they changed them mid-year. This is 11 plates, the 1.6 diesel, which I like, later engine, 10 onwards, so what you want for the 1.6 diesels. The early ones were very noisy, not as good, but the late ones are better. But it's been looked after, this, and you can just tell when I was at the auction, I thought, I'll have a go at that. I wasn't going to pay fortunes for it, and I didn't pay fortunes for it. But I thought if there's enough money in it, it'll sit in 1995, it's done 90,000 miles, like you could tell it's clean inside. Someone's done the brakes recently, they've painted the back drums as well, which is nice of them. They've done little touch-ups all around. Some are good, some are rubbish, but we can clean them up and sort them out. The actual car itself for its age is very, very clean. We're being really picky now, but there is a little bumper corner that certainly wants doing. And they say it's really clean inside, it's not warm, battered, we've not touched this or anything, it drives really well. Someone has cared for this car and looked after it and tried to keep it in a really nice condition, and that's what I want to pick out for that sort of under 2 grand market. You can't buy a rough one of these and try and make it pretty. The money won't make it work. You just won't make any money out of it. You need one that's half right and just needs a little bit more to make it perfect, or good enough, should we say, to retail at that price point where you've got to put warranty on it, it's still got consumer rights, so you can put it out there and have confidence that someone's going to buy it and get a fair few years out of it. That's what you want at that price point. That's what I want from the customers anyway. It's not in my interest to sell someone a car that in a year's time is absolutely knackered underneath and they take it to MOT. That's not what I want. Obviously they've got to look after themselves, but I've got to give them a half decent car to start off with, and I think that'll do. It's 1.6 diesel, it's clean. There's enough money in there if it needs a bit of suspension, which it will, drop links and stuff like that. It's always bloody Peugeot, they're always renowned for it. Cam belt if he needs it, anything like that we can do, and we can get it right. I can even fix this bumper corner as well, because it's a little bit, I don't even quite tell, but I think I did it on the original video when we looked around it. It's just a little bit sort of well, he's touched it in, should we say. It's not very good. So we'll just get that corner done, and it can stand a few £100 thrown at it, and we'll have a reasonable margin out of it, and sell a half decent car for someone on a 11 plate diesel. You know, and bear in mind, it's cheap tax, cheap to run. They get a fair few years out of it. Moving on in the workshop, what have we got in here? We've got Renault Captur, which is also sold. That never been made it on sale. I've sold that to someone who works for me's relatives. That's getting sorted. We'll get some brakes and bits and bobs on that one. General suspension work, and it's also having a clutch as well, would you believe? Clutch. Everything I've done this week is bloody clutches we've got to work on warranty claim wise. So I'm not taking chances. Clutch is going in that, because that's a bit high. And also we've got the little Fiesta diesel, which has been, we've been awaiting prep. It's not really been on sale. I did put a post on it saying it arrived if it did a quick walk around video, and it's been sort of buried half in the corner because it wasn't test drivable, so I wasn't really trying to sort of promote it too much. Hoping to get to it earlier last week, or earlier this week should I say, but because we had a few warranty claims on and got behind, it just never got done. So we pulled it in last night before we went home. Right, we're going to get it done, because today's Saturday. We're going to pull it out in a minute. Going to bolt a new number plate on it because that's tatty, and then give it a quick clean up, put it on sale today, Saturday. Hopefully we might get someone on it, or at least inquiries on it anyway. But it's done, is it 90,000 or 80,000? Let's have a look, I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's a 1.5 diesel, 38.95, done 98,000, that was it. It wasn't big money. And I say the Fiestas, back number plate as well actually, after all of that one. They're good sellers for us. You just got to try and get them at the right price point, because they hold the money so well, so well. I mean, literally, if you've got a retail one of these, 65 plate, this shape, Fiesta, 1.2, most popular one of those with 70,000 miles on a good history, they could retail on them's like 4,800 quid. It's ridiculous money, ridiculous. Sometimes even £5,000 in some cases for the low mileage ones. When you compare to what else you can buy for, you know, a lot less money on similar years, you've got to want one. I mean, they are fantastic cars. They look lovely. You know, everyone likes Fords, or most people like Fords. Fiesta's a really good renowned car, and the 125 is the most popular engine. You've got a 1 litre EcoBoost, which would be insane to buy. Then you can buy them a lot cheaper. They could be like £1,000 cheaper for the same equivalent car. But there's a good reason for that, because they're shit. But the 1.2 petrol, 1.4s are good, and the 1.5 diesel isn't that bad. There are some issues with later ones with chain stretching, and you can buy a chain kit and refurb them. It's not that difficult to do. People moan, oh, the disaster, you know, the engines are rubbish and the chains fall, blah. It's really straightforward to fix. It's not hard. The early ones, not so much an issue. 1.4, 1.5, 1.6 diesels, they're quite easy to work on, and they don't really give much issues, to be fair. It's the later on ones. I think this is the before we changed to a later style 1.5 Peugeot engine with the chain. It has a few issues. You've got to be careful with those ones, but these ones are fine. There's nothing wrong with these. This is a nice one. Drives really well. I've sold a couple of these now. The diesels seem to be at the right money. You know, this was a 1.2 petrol. It would have to have been up for more money. So the diesel's actually slightly cheaper, would you believe it or not? Yeah, so we're going to get that finished off today, and I'll get that hopefully on sale in the next hour or so. Right, lastly, quick round up of the pitch in case I'm missing anything. I don't think I am, to be honest with you. There's not much else I can say. Dacia, Logan, that's sold. We've done a few bits on that. We've got to finish that off next week. Got a chap who's part exchanging me oh god, I hate them, Renault Scenic. Oh, I hate Renault Scenics. I didn't mind the original Renault Scenics, the Mark 1 Renault Scenic from many years ago. That was actually a very good car, very good car. But the Mark 2 Scenic was horrendous, and the Mark 3 was better, but still not great. It's a Mark 3. Now, it's not a car I'm going to retail. If it was really clean, good example, petrol, lower mileage, or something like that, then I might have had a go. But this isn't. No, it's not even a terrible car he's retailing me, but you just get some car, you say the name, you just think, oh, no, you don't even want to even contemplate retailing it. And I thought, that's not for me. So I've just given fair money in part exchange for that Dacia. And we're happy, we've done a deal, and we're happy with that. So we're going to get that sorted next week. Corsa, my Corsa E, this is a little Corsa E 5-door 1.4 petrol, which is just having the wheels off at the moment. We're just going to do the wheels, paint them up, and sort them out, because they're a bit edgy. We're going to get them sorted. So that is going to be the cheapest Corsa we've had on sale to date. It's going up for about 3,500 quid, I think that one is. I think it's done about 99k, hence the reason why. If it'd done 70k, it'd have been £4,500, or 4.2 or something, maybe something around there. But you're going to get that finished off. So I've got to finish them wheels off today, do them myself. I don't like doing wheels, but it's time consuming. And saying usually I end up making a mistake and having to rub them all down again, but needs must, because I've spent a little bit of money on that, on the paint, on a few doors painted on it, which you won't be able to tell because Paintman's done an excellent job as always. But it has left me a little bit short on the margin to retain it, so I could send it away to have the wheels done, but then would be even less profit in it. And I still want to do quite a bit to it, because we do quite a lot of courses. You end up putting covers on them, sometimes you have to put chains on them, and housings and brakes and bits and bobs. You know, this one wants Apple CarPlay because the screen's gone. You could spend a fair few £100. So to try and minimise that, to keep it on target and sell it at a decent price, and not have to put the price up, which will keep it here longer, I'll do the wheels myself. So 2 down, 2 to go. Right, raining. I'm going to get myself inside and talk to you about my miserable start to the week, where someone has basically written off my car, and I'll go and show you what he's done as well. Right, following day. I was going to carry on with the video inside, however, it absolutely started bucketing down for 5 hours straight, and I got tied up with something I had to sort out as well, so I forgot to carry on filming. Plus the weather, like I said, was shocking. That shocking, we didn't actually sell anything yesterday, being Saturday. In fact, we only had one person on the pitch who came to look at a Volkswagen Golf behind me, which landed a lot long after I finished filming. So yeah, rubbish day. Anyway, Sunday today I'm in for some other reasons, because we've got a ruck of, like I said, export vehicles going out tomorrow, so I'm here just finishing them off. Now let's talk about this Hyundai. So what's happened? Well, long story short of it, basically someone has driven into one of my vehicles and then just basically pissed off, just gone and left the scene. And obviously I've had to ring the police and sort all that out, and the car he's run into is, well, it's a write-off. He's completely mullered it. So what is it and what's happened? So we've had a little Hyundai iX20 that's been actually lingering around here for quite a while for me to get to it, and we actually did get it sorted, got a battery on it, got it up and running, and they started using it, even went home in it and started using it. They thought it'd be ideal for a little sort of backup vehicle for now, because say we've got 2 cars we use for sort of driving around and going to auctions and stuff. One of them, a little Skoda, which the clutch is getting a bit high, you need to come off the road, and the other one is our trusted Igo, which also needs some work doing to it because MOT is due and etc. soon. But this will come in handy, this little Hyundai. We can use it for a bit, and then eventually we'll sell it. So we taxed it and used it, etc. And basically it's been parked up, and where it's been parked up, not here on the site, it's parked up actually not far from here down the road, outside a shop, or near a shop, and someone has been to said shop, parked their car up, gone out, not my words but the shopkeeper's words, completely drunk, young lad. He's gone into the off licence, bought a massive crate of lager, so he's obviously on a bit of a session, come out, and as he's come out he's seen his car, which he's not left the handbrake on, rolling off into the distance, and it sort of rolled off and travelled about 100 yards into the junction, and eventually collided, stopped by my car by hitting the front corner, the driver's side corner, as you can see here, and absolutely mullered it. He's proper damaged the wing, he's pushed all the door in, he's even pushed all the wheel in. Most of the damage actually is he's hit the wheel so square, if you tried doing that again I don't think you'd ever manage it, and he's pushed the wheel so far in, it's just so out of line, knackered all the subframe, everything. He's absolutely mullered it. Anyway, he's then, from a CCT image we've had and obviously witnesses, got in the car, which is great obviously because he's gone on a drinking session, and he's driven off, left the scene. So we've had a partial registration number and obviously make and model and a description of the chap. Obviously then got the CCTV footage, got the reg, and then we did manage to find the chap. Now, we found out where the car is, and you can see the damage here, and his car's actually not that badly damaged. He's knackered his door and quarter or something, but I just... he's knackered our car, completely mullered it, and it's all the frustration of obviously having to deal with it because the guy's ran off, and we know where the car is, but we're not quite sure where he lives, because there's a row of houses there, and about knocking on, we suppose we could find out. But at the end of the day, it's not a job for me, it's a job for the insurers. They've got all the details. The guy's left the scene. I would imagine he's left the scene because he's probably, I'm not saying my opinion from what I've been told, probably was over the limit, but even so, he shouldn't have left the scene even if he wasn't drunk, and say it just causes masses of problems for us, because you don't really want to climb up your insurance, so you have to sort of basically put it to one side and wait for the insurance companies to do their thing and try and get hold of him, these insurers, and see if we can try and get something sorted. Also had to report it to the police because they wanted a crime number, as the insurance company won't deal with it. You have to mess around by the police, who are taking it very seriously, but they've sent me an email saying that they've got the details, and have done nothing since. I was surprised with the police not doing anything at all. I suspect they will, to be honest. I'll be amazed if the police actually investigated this, even though they've got all the details, and the guy's clearly left the scene, clearly was intoxicated. You think they'd at least go and have a word of him, but no, not a dicky bird. Okay, I'll show you the car. Yeah, so here is said car. I mean, obviously you've seen the picture of it before, but I mean, he is completely, this wheel, by the way, is absolutely straight now, but it's still all cockeyed out, and he's pushed all this in, pushed the door in. The door now hits the inside of the wing, and it doesn't shut properly at the top. It's all out of line. He's knackered it, basically. So the poor old Hyundai, which has been sat around here for ages waiting for us to sort it, and then we get it sort of partially done, I thought, right, we'll just use it for a few weeks, and then we can finish it off and do what we need to do to it. So just use it as a backup car, and then it lasted about 5 days, I think it lasted. Mullered. Absolutely mullered. So I'll see if we get anywhere with that one. It's just showing that he was insured, but we'll see. You never know what's going to happen with that. I mean, if he isn't insured, although he might get prosecuted, but that doesn't really help me out. I won't get anywhere with the money. I won't get any sort of money back from the insurance company unless I claim from your own insurance, which, believe me, as a trade insurance holder, you do not want to claim off your trade insurance unless you have to. You know, you'd have to be seriously disadvantaged money-wise to claim off your trade insurance, because they just any excuse, they just put them up fortunes the following year. So it's just not worth it at all to be claiming for what, a couple of grand car, whatever it's going to be, maybe a bit more than that we'll get for it. But yeah, just a frustrating week, because it annoys you why people will just basically drive off like that, and I can understand probably why he has, but yeah. No, it's not nice when it happens to you. So there we are. So not a great start to the week. They did improve the rest of the week, in fairness. It's been an okay week. We sold a few in the week, and we were hoping for Saturday, which is basically where I started at the beginning of this video, to have sold some cars on the Saturday. We could done with a couple of sales, because September hasn't exactly been brilliant. September's supposed to be a good month in the trade. September, October, November, it's supposed to be actually really decent. You can even have a decent December, would you believe, as well. It's the good times of the year, supposedly. But last September wasn't brilliant, and this one hasn't been much better either. It's been very, very slow. Now, like I said, I'm doing better than others I speak to. I mean, I've got some mates in the trade who are literally have sold hardly anything, or nothing in some cases. So I ain't going to complain too much. Just would have been nice to have got a couple of sales yesterday. What we didn't need was an absolute downpour yellow weather warning, where it just basically rained from 9:30 till, well, 8 o'clock at night. I left here yesterday drenched. The only person we had on, like I said, was coming to look at this Volkswagen Golf here. We've had him, and that was a pre-appointment already made. He may come back on Monday and buy it. We're not quite sure yet what's happened. He's gone away and do some insurance quotes. I think he may. So if he does, then at least we've got something. But to get literally no one else to come on the pitch to view anything, not even the man on bike. I would have even had a chat with him because I was that lonely yesterday. But no one, not a sausage. So when you're quiet anyway, you didn't really need that downpour to just basically keep everybody away. We're hoping that this week it's going to be like today. Absolutely lovely, beautiful. I might even have a little bit of a last stitch of September summer. That'd be nice, because we say we could do with getting a few cars over the line, because at the moment we think we're sitting on about 10 sales maybe. So we've still got, what now, about 9 days left to go of this month. So yeah, I mean, we should get to where we need to be. I mean, we would like to sell, like say 15, 16 a month. That's sort of our sort of minimal amount we want to get to, because that basically pays all the bills and makes a very modest profit for the site, which is really what we at least expect this time of year. You should be doing more than that, maybe 20 plus, but it is what it is. You just got to take what you can. So anyway, here is hoping for a better week this week, and we've got lots to look forward to. In fact, I'm off to G3, I think on Thursday, which I haven't been for G3 in ages. And in fairness, every time I go to G3, I actually come away with quite a number of cars. But we just haven't been going there a lot recently. But we are back there on Thursday, so definitely going there. I think I'm possibly at a commercial sale beginning of this week as well. And I've also got an appointment tomorrow at another auction, go around and do some underwriting. So I've got plenty of auctions to go to this week. That always cheers me up, because I do love an auction. And of course I'll be filming as well, showing you that content, so you can enjoy that as I go around and hopefully see what I've been buying and what the markets are doing. Strangely, even though most traders are quite quiet, prices in the actual auction halls are ridiculously high. Ridiculously high. You'd think it'd be settling down a bit, but it isn't. People are still paying fortunes for stuff, even though, you know, people aren't really selling much, to be honest, with the odd exception, I'm sure, but people I speak to, it's a bit doom and gloom. Now, we don't need much at the moment this week. I'm mainly going for another customer of mine, a corporate customer we're going to get some vehicles for, but I will obviously need probably a handful, maybe 4 or 5 for myself, just to get the pitch sort of stocked up a little bit more, because we are creating space slowly. So we'll see how we get on with that one. So, right, I'm going to leave it there, chaps. Thank you for watching this one. Appreciate you watching as always, and finally as well, I think we are now 2 weeks tomorrow, so we've got like 14 days to go to the end of the Car UK raffle. The raffle will be drawn for our Focus ST. Stunning example here we've got, which is back here, I think Tuesday, Wednesdays, coming back from the paint shop. I've had it all minted up, had some very minor imperfections, they were very minor, fixed on the car, and we're going to mint it all up here as well. We're going to put all the suspension on it, service it, get it absolutely A1 condition for that lucky person who's going to be when it's drawn on Monday the 6th of October. So I will talk more about that next week. I might even do a video on it because it is a very nice car and it drives exceptional, proper hoot to drive. Yes, so check the link down below, you'll find the link there for the raffle tickets. It's only £1 to get involved, and also remember we help out charity on the back of it, giving away thousands of pounds this year, and many more thousands this year will be going to local charities like Hopes and Beams, North West Air Ambulance, and many others as well. So get your tickets to win that car. Right, thanks so much, and I'll see you all in the next one.